You're restoring me piece by piece.
Happy New Year's, you guys. It's been a long time since the last time I posted, but I hope you're having an amazing start of the new year. What do you guys think about this? This is my new backdrop. I'm actually standing. I still am trying to figure out my place here. In the upcoming videos, I will be focusing or bringing a series of thinking strategies for building your brain, and hopefully help you guys see another way of thinking instead of the way that you've always been thinking. Because sometimes we are stuck into one thinking, and we have programmed our mind, our brain, to think a certain way because that's all we know, that's all we're familiar to, and that's all we believe that works for our brain. But it's always good to keep an open mind, to think different, to see other ways could potentially help us think differently, because ultimately our thoughts run our life. So if we're always thinking a certain way, we're always doing things a certain way. We go around the same mountain, wondering why aren't things working, whether it's in your personal growth, life, business, relationships, or just your mental growth. There's so many strategies out there that we have access to develop our brain into thinking the way that we want to think, or the way that we want our life to go, or our mind to go, whether it's through books, internet, or hanging out with a wise person. There's tons of ways. I'm going to be bringing you what I believe has worked for me, or is working for me, and if you like it, I hope that you will be using it. I hope that you find it useful, and that it will bring value to you. Strategy number 1: instead of thinking this is too hard, try something like this. Where can I get help? Okay, so this is something that I struggle a lot. When I encounter things that are hard, it's not that I give up, or sometimes I do. The only issue is I don't allow myself to ask help. I'm always like, I can do this on my own. I can do this on my own. Sometimes, if it hasn't worked so far on your own, it's good to ask for help. Okay? Strategy number 2: instead of thinking I can do this on my own, you could try this. How can I better challenge myself? Instead of thinking I'm not getting any better at this, try thinking changing my brain takes time and effort. Okay? So a house is not built within a night, like that. Nothing is built instantaneously. And especially our brains, especially if you've reached a certain age in your life where the environment has already influenced you, or where you already have a brain of your own, a way of thinking, your own mindset. You're so set in your ways, you just do not accept other. Still, try to remind yourself that everything takes time and effort. Instead of thinking I feel frustrated, try this. I need to take a deep breath. Just take a deep breath. Remind yourself that you're a work in progress. Instead of thinking I want to give up, try this thinking. I want to try a new strategy. This didn't work. Maybe this will work. This workshop that I took didn't work. Maybe if I take it with this person, or maybe if I read this book, maybe God can help me. That's another way. Instead of thinking this is as good as it's going to get, try thinking I can always get better if I keep at it. Instead of thinking I just made a mistake, try thinking, how does this mistake help me understand? How does making this mistake help me get better, or make better choices, make better decisions, or have a better thinking? Because apparently that didn't work. So what am I going to learn from that? Instead of thinking, I can't do math. Okay, this one is something that I've been struggling since high school, because for some reason, ever since high school, I had a high school teacher who told me that I can't do math, and I believed him for so long. I mean, I could do basic math, but in college I failed math so many times because I just believed that lie. It was in my head. I had told myself a million times, don't even go there, that you can do math. You can't do math. And even till today, if someone asks me to add up big amount of numbers, I can freeze, or deal with like money in the sense of how much this and this, if you add up together, you know. I still am trying to I'm still trying to train my mind, my brain, to think that it's okay, you can do it, because of so many years of telling myself and believing what that professor told me, that I can't do it, and you will never get it. I grew believing it, and it's still today gives me anxiety. I mean, I've gotten better, but now that I have to teach, I only teach basic math, basically like elementary, but now that I have to teach, I find myself having to take a deep breath and having to go over and over the math lesson, so that anxiety doesn't my anxiety doesn't show, because I'm dealing with numbers. So instead of saying I can't do math, say I'm going to try and learn, and I'm going to get it eventually. Instead of saying I'm so much smarter than them, try thinking, how can I share what I have learned with others? Instead of saying it's good enough, try thinking, how can I improve in this that looks good, but there's still room for improvement. Changing your brain, your thinking, does not happen immediately. Growing and changing your brain, your mindset, from what you had to what you want it to be, takes time and effort and hard work. Lots and lots of repetition. You gotta say it with your mouth as well, but you can't say it today. Today you cannot speak positive, and tomorrow negative or defeat. Like, you cannot go around, because you're sending your brain mixed messages. Your brain is going to listen to what's being repeated from your mouth. Okay, what you like me talking right now, my brain is hearing me. My brain hears my mouth, the voice, okay? You're thinking as well. So whatever it's repeated here and comes out here, when it comes out from the mouth, it's actually stronger, more powerful. It's like sealed. So be careful what you say. So I hope that these strategies that I shared today will help you build your brain, your thinking, into what you want it to be, okay? Because a lot of things in our life, a lot of our successes depend on our thinking. Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will see you guys on my next video on thinking, on strategies to build your brain or your thinking. Bye bye.